We live in a world filled with stories of the past that shapes the very existence of the present and fate of the future. This is one story that connects the mysterious creatures of the world and three sisters who faced trials to shape their future and home. It's the story of the Enchanted Forest and the three sisters who journeyed through this adventure together. Oh, what a fascinating tale this is. In a village nestled between the hills and a sprawling forest, there lived three sisters: Lina, the eldest, brave and adventurous; Meira, the middle sister, wise and thoughtful; the youngest, gentle and empathetic. The village was peaceful, yet rumors of a great and powerful forest beyond the hills had captured their imaginations. One evening, as the village settled into slumber, the three sisters gathered around the hearth. The flickering fire cast long shadows on the walls as Lina spoke, her voice full of excitement.
I've heard tales of treasures hidden in the heart of the Enchanted Forest. Ancient magic, creatures that speak, and power beyond imagination. We should go, explore it ourselves.
You know the forest is not to be taken lightly. Many have ventured there before us and never returned. It is ancient, filled with secrets and dangers we can't even begin to understand.
And Anya softly spoke, saying,
I believe in the forest's magic, but I also know that we must be careful. I trust that we will find what we seek if we remain true to ourselves.
As they spoke, an old hermit knocked on their door, his face hidden beneath the shadow of his hood. He carried an ancient map in his hands, the edges frayed with age.
I have heard of your bravery, young ones. The forest is calling for you. It is not the treasures you seek, but the knowledge and power that lie hidden within its depths. Only you can restore balance to its magic.
The next morning, the sisters packed their belongings and set out on their journey. The path to the Enchanted Forest was long and winding, but the air was filled with excitement and anticipation. As they neared the forest's edge, the air grew thick with magic, and the trees loomed like ancient guardians.
The energy here feels different. There is something alive in the very air around us. Do you feel it?
That's what adventure feels like, Meira. The unknown calling us forward.
It feels overwhelming, but I believe in us. We must move forward, for the sake of the forest and our village.
As they entered the forest, the trees whispered among themselves, their leaves shimmering with magical energy. Strange creatures scurried in the underbrush, and unseen eyes watched them from every direction.
Let's make our way to the heart of the forest. The map says the Enchanted Tree will be there to guide us.
The deeper they ventured, the more the forest seemed to come alive. The trees began to shift, and the ground beneath them trembled, as though the forest itself was aware of their presence. After hours of walking, the sisters arrived at a clearing where an enormous, ancient tree stood. Its bark shimmered with an ethereal glow, and its branches stretched high into the sky. This was the Enchanted Tree, the heart of the forest.
Is this it? The heart of the forest?
As Lina approached the tree, its bark split, revealing an ancient face carved into the wood. The face spoke in a deep, resonant voice.
Welcome, travelers. You seek the power of the forest, but first, you must prove your worth. Each of you must face a trial alone that will test your very nature.
We are ready. Tell us what we must do.
Each trial will reflect your innermost fears, your greatest strengths, and your deepest desires. Only by confronting them can you earn the right to continue.
The first trial began. The tree's branches moved, creating a swirling vortex that transported each sister to a different realm. Lina found herself standing at the edge of a vast, dark abyss. A storm raged around her, and a dark voice echoed from the depths.
You think yourself brave, don't you? But how long will your courage last when you face the true consequences of your actions?
The abyss before her seemed endless. She could hear cries of those who had failed in their quests, those who had once been as brave as she. Doubt crept into her heart, but she refused to let it consume her. And then she said,
I am not afraid of the dark. It will not define me. I will face my fears and find the light within.
With a defiant roar, Lina stepped forward, banishing the darkness with her unwavering resolve. The storm ceased, and she found herself standing back in the clearing, victorious. Meira's trial took her to a vast labyrinth made of shimmering mirrors. Each reflection she saw was distorted, presenting versions of herself filled with self-doubt.
Is your wisdom truly yours, or is it simply the knowledge others have given you? Can you truly trust your mind?
Meira hesitated, torn between the conflicting reflections. But she knew the answer wasn't in the mirror, it was in her heart. Anya's trial took her to a serene, but haunting, garden. The flowers were withered and the air heavy with sorrow. Ghostly figures wandered through the garden, their faces filled with despair.
You cannot save everyone, Anya. Your kindness will not heal the world. What happens when you cannot save those you love?
Anya's heart ached, seeing the suffering around her. She longed to heal every soul she saw, but she knew she could not carry that burden alone.
I cannot save everyone, but I can make a difference in the lives I touch. I will carry kindness in my heart, even if the world is not perfect.
With those words, the garden bloomed, the flowers coming to life as the spirits faded into peace. Anya returned to the clearing, her heart lightened by the understanding she had gained. With all the trials complete, the enchanted tree's magic swirled around the sisters, and the moon above shone brighter than ever. A glowing figure descended from the sky, the spirit of the moon, a being of light and mystery.
You have passed the trials and shown the forest the strength of your hearts. The balance has been restored, and the forest will flourish once again. But remember, true power lies not in magic, but in the love and courage you carry with you always.
The moonlight bathed the forest, and the darkness that had plagued it for so long faded away. The trees stood tall once more, the creatures of the forest sang their joyous song, and the forest was at peace. The sisters returned to their village, their hearts full of the lessons they had learned. The village rejoiced, and the sisters were hailed as heroes. But the true victory was within. They had found strength in each other, in the forest and in themselves.
We did it, together!
Nothing can stop us when we stand united.
The journey has only just begun. The forest's magic will always be with us.
And so, the three sisters returned home, knowing that their bond, their love, and the wisdom they had gained would guide them for the rest of their lives. And that, dear friends, is the tale of the three sisters and the Enchanted Forest, a story of bravery, wisdom, kindness, and the magic that resides within us all. Remember, the greatest treasures lie not in what we find, but in who we become along the way.